it's so great to
Sorry.
see all your posts of the houses that you've listed and the videos you've made. Just thank you for sharing, what you're doing. It really makes a difference for me, and I know for others too. So thank you.
Yay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, Ms. Jill. I appreciate your contribution and your presence in this meeting. I just hit record. We're going to get started up. Welcome to the Power Up and Market Update. Real estate is a contact sport. It is July 15th. I'm so excited and grateful to be here with all of you guys. If you guys notice, my slideshows have been a little bit revamped, so it looks a little bit nicer. I just had a lot of the slides, with our team here in the background. So remember to be present in the conversation, bring your full attention to the Zoom, eliminate distractions, focus and stay with the conversation, engage and drop insights. I love it when you guys drop insights, by the way. So if you guys hear something that is valuable for you, you guys are taking notes, please drop it in the chat because someone else will also get value from what you have to write, because we're all in this together. Understand that how you do anything is how you do everything, and this message is specifically to you, for you. So real estate is a contact sport. And the first thing we're going to do is elevate our energy as a community. And yes, we're going to yell. And at this moment in time,
welcome to Zoom.
We're going to go ahead and unmute ourselves so we can start our affirmations for the day. And you guys already know the drill. Unmute yourselves. And we're going to bring our energy to level 10. Level 10. And all we're going to do is going to say 1, 2, 3, power up twice. And then we're going to go into the affirmation. So are you guys ready?
Yes.
Ready?
Yes.
All right. All right. All right. 1, 2, 3. Power up.
Power up.
Power up.
3, power up.
1, 2,
1,
3,
2, 3. Power up.
Power up.
1, 2, 3, power up.
Power up.
High energy equals high income.
High energy equals high income.
Every day and every way, I'm getting better and better.
Every day and every way, I'm getting better and better.
Every day and every way, I'm getting stronger and stronger.
Every day
And
and
every way,
every way,
I'm
I'm
getting
getting
stronger and
stronger.
Every day and every way, I'm getting smarter and smarter.
Every day and every
way, I'm getting smarter and smarter.
All I need is within me now.
All I need is within me now.
I have perfect health.
I have perfect health.
I sign a new listing today.
I signed a new listing today.
I open a new escrow today.
I open a new
Escrow today.
I was born to win.
I was born to win.
I will never surrender.
I will never surrender.
I will always keep growing.
I will always
keep
Growing.
Born to be great.
I was born to be great.
Today will be the best day of my life, no matter what.
Today is the best day of my life, no matter what.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you guys so much for playing full out. I appreciate each and every single one of you. I did a cold shower, extra cold this morning, so my energy is higher than usual, and I had my coffee, so I'm excited to be here with all of you. Thank you so much once again. I am so grateful to be here with you guys. So this is a great moment for you to tune into gratitude, because gratitude is an abundance multiplier. So I want you guys to flood the chat with what you are grateful for today. Please drop it into the chat. What are you grateful? At least one thing that you can be grateful for today. It doesn't have to be 100. It doesn't have to be 1,000. At least one thing that you can be grateful for today. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful for the ability to breathe. I'm grateful for this warm cup of coffee. I'm grateful for my shower. I'm so grateful for the roof over my head. I'm so grateful to grow my business growing. I'm so grateful for the technology. I'm so grateful for this community. I'm so grateful for our team growing. I'm so grateful for our global community. I'm so grateful to be alive. So grateful for health. So thank you guys for flooding the chat with gratitude, because again, gratitude is an abundance multiplier. At least one thing, because I find it that whenever I am in a mood that I'm not as positive, I remind myself, like, what can I be grateful for right now? Well, you know what? I have a roof over my head. That's awesome. I got water to drink, my family, my friends, right? I love this. Surrounded by like-minded people, community, health, right? I love that you guys are dropping here into the chat. Children, health and family, growing your business, grateful to be alive. I love it. I love it. Thank you guys so much for participating and dropping into the chat. Now I want you guys to take a moment and utilize your imagination, because an imagination is just a a prediction, it's like a preview of your reality, right? And that's the way I see it. When you start to imagine things in your mind, you basically are previewing what's going to actually happen into reality. So I want you to pretend that you're 12 months from now, you've accomplished all your dreams and goals, you've signed all the listings that you wanted to sign, your bank account, what does that number look like? What does your finances look like? What does your family look like? What is your fitness, your body? What does your clothes? What kind of car are you driving? What kind of home are you in? Where are you traveling to, right? Take yourself into a journey. Utilize your imagination because your imagination is free, and dream big. Don't be afraid to imagine the greatest outcome for your life because your imagination is unbounded. The only limit to your mind and your imagination is your own limit, your preset limit. So it's free. So dream as big as possible. So thank you guys so much for playing Full Out. And a goal as a community is to serve 21,000 families, $10 billion in volume, and to attract 10,000 agents to our community. So I'm going to go into a local market update quickly, and then I'm going to go into a national market update. But this is what happened locally in 5 counties. As you guys can see, it's very consistent week over week. 1.4 billion in LA, 7 days, 745 million in Orange County, 212 million in 7 days in San Bernardino, 363 million in Riverside, and 606 million in San Diego. Actives, 1,600 in LA, 455, 505 in San Bernardino, 573 in Riverside, and 721 in San Diego. Guys, that's a lot of business. That's $3.4 billion in closings in 7 days, 2,800 properties, and $85 million in commissions paid. So that's the possibility. That's what's available. That's what's up for grabs. So the question you should ask yourself every single week is, how much do you want to participate in this economy? It's your choice. There's no right or wrong in that question, right? So also, this is by Lawrence Yun, chief economist. Home sales have lingered at 30-year lows since 70 million more Americans live in the country now compared to 3 decades ago. It's inevitable that sales will rise in the coming years. Inventory will grow steadily, and more home constructions and various life-changing events will require people to trade up, trade down, or move to another location. So this is by Lawrence Yun, a chief economist. This is also the 2024 total home sales forecast. So I think I started off the year and I declared it the year of the 5s, right? Based on all the data. So it's very consistent. You know, we're going to be right there, about 4.9 million home sales for the year. So almost 5 million, a little bit better than last year. Last year, we had about 4.2 million homes. So there is a slight increase in sales, but still not enough to our normal. So we're still way under what we should have as far as inventory. So the market is an interesting point with rising inventory and lower demand. Supply and demand movement suggests that easier home price appreciation is an upcoming month. So that means the market's going to continue to go up. More inventory and job creating economy will lead to greater home buying, especially with mortgage rates descend. We are seeing that hopefully here in the near future, our rates will start to come down. This is what the price forecast again is in. This is for appreciation and depreciation, right? So the average of all 7 different institutions that are actually analyzing the marketplace, right? Fannie Mae, HPES, MBA, Goldman Sachs, NAR, Zillow, and Freddie Mac. They're saying that the average, right? Average, we take all of those, that's 2.8% in appreciation slash depreciation. So one thing that seems to be pretty solid is that home prices are going to continue to go up. And the reason is that we don't have enough housing inventory. So again, this is also, if you guys ever had got the question, hey, is this a buyer's market? Is this a seller's market? Well, this is how you can answer it. So you might want to take a screenshot of this. This is a seller's market, again, because of the inventory, right? And you could see when we're under 6 months of inventory, we are in a seller's market. When we go above that, which hasn't happened since 2010, that was the last time that actually happened, we were in a buyer's market. So we are in a seller's market, but we are going up here, as you can see. So there's an upward trend that might turn into a buyer's market pretty soon. So this might be a good data point to share on social media, and also a good data point to motivate your sellers off the fence a little bit. Also, these are the mortgage rate prediction. Well, the actual and the projected, right? We're like right underneath 7%. And we are projected to be right around 6% by 2025 based on this chart. So again, this is also shows you what's going to happen quarter by quarter. Quarter number 3 in 2024, which we're stepping into, right? We're going to be around 6.8. Quarter 4, 6.67. 2025 Q1, right? 6.5%. Q2, 6.4%. So again, we're not going to see the 5% that we're all hoping for, right? A lot of people were like, man, we're hoping in the 5s. I think this is as good as it's going to get for now. And this is the Federal Reserve cuts, the Fed fund rate. So this is when it's expected, right? Based on all these different institutions, that they said that the Fed fund rate will be cut sometime in September. So that's what a lot of people are predicting. Some people are saying it's going to happen in December, and some people are saying, like 3 institutions are saying it's going to happen in 2025. So just something to keep conscious of. Let your clients know that the interest rates are kind of the way they are. We're not going to see a massive difference in the near future. But when it comes down to real estate forecast in the next 5 years, I'm cautiously optimistic. This is by Dennis here. I believe we're going to see a lot of ebb and flows over the next 5 years, some highs, some lows, but overall a healthy market. Prices should continue to rise more slowly, and buyers might enjoy more options as inventory expands. But remember, real estate is a profoundly local. So you might be noticing, right? Like I'm talking about all these stats, but you might be in a micro market where maybe none of this stuff makes sense. Maybe your inventory is way higher. Maybe it's way lower. So again, you got to look at your own area. And that's why I recommend that you guys do a market update every single week. That way you could determine your actives, pendings, closed, and days on the market. That way you can accurately describe your marketplace to your customers that you're serving. So the elections, right? How are the elections going to affect the real estate industry, right? There's a lot of stuff happening in the elections or in presidential candidacy. So presidential elections years affected the national housing market and mortgage rates throughout 3 interrelated channels: uncertainty, policy expectations, and consumer confidence. So these are, by L. Lord, founder and CEO of Lexer Capital Management. This is what he said. And this is how elections have impacted the real estate industry in the past, right? In 2008, we had a global financial crisis that I participated in, not in the best of ways. I was suffering during that time. 2012, fiscal cliff, major healthcare expansion review, Supreme Court, and European debt crisis. That was in 2012. And I remember 2012 because that was kind of like an interesting point where the market kind of like bubbled up again and it started to get hotter in 2012. That's when the hedge funds started coming in from Wall Street and buying a bunch of properties. So started to drive up prices. 2016, the Brexit referendum. I don't even know about. 2020, obviously, we all lived through this, the global pandemic. And what we're currently facing is high inflation and war, right? That's what we're facing in this, election year. So usually home sales are unchanged compared to a non-election year, with the exception of being in November. And in an election year, November is slower than normal. So home sales went up though, right? Like we noticed the election, home sales went up after 9 out of the last 11 presidential elections, right? So you could see from the 1980s all the way down to 2020, you could see that the market has appreciated in 9 of the last presidential elections. So again, that's something just to keep mindful of. An election year doesn't alter the price trends that are already happening in the market. So also, this is the U.S. annual median sales price in existing single-family homes sold. So again, from 1992 all the way to 2020, we saw that there was an increase, right? The home prices went up, 7 out of the 8 presidential elections there. So in December and following the election and in the following year, the sales are lost during November and recovered though. It isn't that the consumers, one of the biggest impacts is that the consumers are just nervous. They want to wait and see what happens, right? But again, if you know the stats now, right, that 9 times out of every 10 or 11 times, the market goes up after the election. But that's something just to be mindful, right? You got to be aware of that when you're talking to your consumer, like, hey, are you kind of waiting on the sidelines because of the election, right? You can actually address that specifically, and you can actually give them some accurate data. So the mortgage rates decreased after the elections, right? So 8 out of the last 11 elections, interest rates went down. And this shows you the difference of the interest rates that went down. In 2020, it went down 0.25, a quarter percent. So again, the interest rates can be, right, not guaranteed, but can be expected to go down in the election. So prices are going to go up. and interest rates are going to go down most likely. So for most Americans, election results will have little direct effect on their income and therefore should not significantly impact their decision to buy or sell a home. That's facts, right? I mean, honestly, that's not going to change your life at the end of the day, but people sit on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going to happen. Now we're going to pivot to the NAR settlement. And we want to get your mind right. We do have a lot of information, obviously, about the NAR. August 17th is right around the corner. But this is from Tom Ferry, right? Which many of you already know, obviously. I'm 3 decades into this business. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Pay attention to this. No difference than when you look back in the history of all great businesses, most of them started during recessions, depressions, or moments of change. This isn't a recession or depression, but it's a moment of change. So if you guys take on the mindset that you guys are going to capitalize on this opportunity, I'm telling you, you will win bigger than any other time in history, because when everybody's pessimistic, when everybody's running in the other direction, and you continue to move forward, that's what you can, when you can win big, because there's more opportunities. So there was a study done, and they asked this question to consumers and said, have you ever negotiated the commission rate with a real estate agent? So this, we normally like to monitor. Okay, so here, have you ever negotiated the commission rate with a real estate agent? So 70% said no, right? So again, this is what's happening. 13% said yes, no change in rate. And 17% said, yes, I got a reduction in commission. So only 17% of the time. Many of you might be thinking like, man, every single time I talk to somebody, they're going to want to negotiate my commission. So 70% of the time, no, they're not going to even care about that. But 17%, they will. So awareness of the NAR lawsuit is relatively low. Awareness in the lawsuit is relatively low. So 63% of consumers don't really know about it or have paid attention to it, and 37% have said yes and paid attention to it. So 37% of respondents have heard of the settlement and the proposed changes in the industry practices. This is after 3 weeks of heavy media coverage and social media activity, and nearly 5 months of elevated coverage of the industry in the wake of the Sitzler verdict. So again, we might be making it a bigger deal than it really is. The stats show that 63% of the people are not even paying attention to it. But obviously, you got to prepare, right? You got to prepare and you got to be aware. You got to know this stuff. So will the NAR settlement impact whether you will use a real estate agent to sell a home? This was another study done to consumers, and 49% said no impact, right? This NAR thing that said like, hey, 49%, like, no, I don't care. No impact to me whatsoever. 16% said somewhat more likely. 15% said somewhat less likely. 11% said much more likely, and 9% much less likely. So this is just stats, again, that you want to be aware of. And this is why it's such an important thing for you to become the greatest professional that you could become, because the more aware, the more in tune you are with the market, the more aware you are with your skills, the greater you're going to be able to serve your customers. And again, looking at the stats, it's not going to be such a big deal like a lot of people are making it. So we got from a speed market to skills market. So if you can make this transition and develop your skills, you're going to be just fine. And this is by Gary Keller, where I used to work at before, obviously. So this is a great man, very, very wise. So again, we're in a skills market, the age of the professional. So nothing to worry about. So which statement best represents your opinion about the issue and the trial outcome? Again, so they did a study with, actual consumers, and they said 3% said that real estate agents are being attacked wrongly, and this trial verdict was wrong, right? So very little people think that, actually. So only 3%. 20%, the National Association of Realtors and big real estate companies are finally facing consequences for ripping off home buyers and sellers with excessive commission fees. So 20% believe that. They're in that camp. They're like, yeah, they were charging way too much. And 74% said real estate agents who work with buyers will now have to negotiate how they're compensated directly with those buyers' clients. And this makes sense to me. So again, if you think that you're going to be moving forward in this new environment and you're not going to have to beef up your presentation skills, you're going to lose big time in this market. You have to beef up your presentation skills. You have to understand how to articulate your value proposition, and you have to lean into being a professional more than ever. I am talking to a lot of different people, and the people, again, that are dedicated to this profession as professionals are winning more than they ever have. So that's just a very, very cool stat. So which of these statements do you agree more? 76% of consumers say it's worth paying a real estate agent to help to buy a home because it's a big, complex purchase requiring expert guidance of a professional. So 76%, right, of consumers out there still believe, hey, I want to hire an agent. And 24% that really hiring an agent is not necessary. So again, it's going to depend on us, guys. Like if we continue to be professionals and we continue to add value, more and more consumers are going to understand that they need us in this transaction. Because I don't know about you, but if you've ever bought a home or sold a home yourself, like for your own purchase, you understand how much emotion is involved. It's so powerful to have somebody that's going to alleviate some of that stress and guide you to that process. So if you were selling your whole house right now, which of the following statements would make more sense to you? So 49%, 49.6% says you do not have to compensate the agent who represents the buyer, but many want to because it motivates more agents to find their qualified buyer and also reduces the cash a buyer needs to purchase a home, which may mean they are more likely to offer the price you want. 50.4% said you should not offer to compensate the agent who represents the buyer because the agent should get paid directly from their own client. This will reduce the total commission you pay, but may make it harder for some buyers to afford the home. So again, like you see the narrative, it's kind of like almost saying like, you know what? I think it's a great idea to pay commissions, right? Like, so it's like these two stats are like almost very, very similar in what they're saying. So if you were hiring a real estate agent to help you to buy a home right now, which of the following payment options would you be most likely to choose, right? So again, for compensation purposes, right? A lot of people are worried about this, but this is what 66% of people say. They want to pay their agent a fee equal to 2.5% of the purchase price to the home they purchase with no fee payable if I eventually decide not to buy, which is fantastic, right? Like we're not going to expect somebody to pay us if we're not going to get them a home. So that's what 66% of consumers say. 20% say that they'd rather pay the agent a flat fee of $10,000 to provide any services needed during my home buying process. So some people are like, you know what, 20%, I want to just pay $10,000 flat fee. 14% of consumers say they want to pay the agent an hourly rate of $100 per hour to complete just tasks I need to perform. So again, the majority, right, are willing to compensate you as a professional. Again, where the thin line will be drawn is, again, if you are articulating your value proposition. If you don't believe that you're worth the 2.5%, 3%, then obviously nobody will see that. So you have to be the first person who believes that. So if you're in the mindset that this is the single greatest time to be alive because I have a ton of value to deliver, I love serving customers, and I am a great problem solver, you're going to love this market. Screenshot that, because if this is you and this is how you think and this is how you behave, you are going to love this market. If you are the opposite of this, you're going to dislike this market. So again, mortgage rates. This is a prediction, right? 30-year fixed rate, January 2016 to today, we're right around 6.86%. These are the mortgage predictions. Kind of went over this. So we're going to be somewhere in the sixes. Lending standards still under control, right? So where we went out of control when we had the housing bubble, you could see it here. We're nowhere near anywhere having a housing bubble. So we're in a good position in that as well. So that was all the data that I had for you guys. I wanted to make it as exciting as possible because I know it's a lot of data, but thank you guys for hanging in there with me. I am going to be switching gears now, and I'm going to be covering some of the exclusives that we have with our company that you guys should be taking advantage of, that I have talked to you guys about, but I want to remind you guys because a lot of you are still not taking advantage of this. So Zenlist is the biggest tool that you have to articulate value with your customers. This is why I wanted to put it in here today, because how are you going to bring more value to your consumers? Well, most agents outside of this community are only relying on their MLS to find property. So guess what? With Zenlist, which is a product and a tool that you have exclusively here at EXP, you have a ton of off-market inventory all over the US, everywhere. So you're not just limited to your MLS. So again, this can help you to articulate your value proposition to your buyers, right? To your potential buyers, and say, you know what, Mr. Buyer, why I deserve to earn 2.5% commission because I am not an agent that's just waiting on somebody to list a property on the MLS. I actually have an exclusive platform where I have hundreds and hundreds of options that nobody else has. This is from Zenlist. So again, if you're not using Zenlist, I'm telling you, you're missing out a huge opportunity. Same thing goes with sellers. Zenlist is a huge value proposition for sellers because sometimes you're going to meet the customer that says, well, I'm not really ready to put it on the market. I don't want to put it on the MLS. No problem. Let's go ahead and broadcast it through my exclusive network, which is Zenlist, and you can advertise it to 90,000 professionals so you can get your feelers out there. So there's so many people that are winning on this platform. So I wanted to remind you guys once again, because I think it's such a game changer. Also,
Hey, Leo,
yes.
I'm gonna cut you off, but very true facts. I got 3 buyers who might get 3 properties from the Zenlist because they couldn't find anything on MLS. The last 2 days, I got 3 buyers for the Zenlist, bro. So it definitely works.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. Thank you for
Let's go.
interrupting me and sharing that freaking awesome success story, because that's awesome. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's exactly what you would want to use it for, right? If you're running into a situation where you don't have it, again, if you're in an area where you don't have an inventory and it's not being broadcasted in your area, guess what? If I know that Zenlist is not advertising any off markets in my area, guess who is capable of going out there and getting off markets? You are. You are. And if you broadcast it, you're going to get those sales almost guaranteed because you're going to have less competition. So get out there and talk to consumers and get them off the fence. Again, we're in a seller's market. I just gave you all the data. You're in a seller's market. You guys you need to get more aggressive. You need to get on the phone. You need to tell people to get off the fence. And remember this, though. When you're representing sellers really don't care what the value of their home is most of the time. What they care about is what they're doing next. And if you could remember this when you're representing a potential seller or you want to get in dialogue with the potential seller, if you can keep your focus on where they're going to next, what they want to do with their money, then you're going to win the listing. If you make it about the price and you make it about you, how you're number one, you're going to miss that listing. They don't care about that. What they care about is, do you understand me? Do you really care? And are you going to take me to the next level, to where I want to go? Maybe they want to downsize. Maybe they want to upgrade. Maybe they want to move closer to family. Guys, lean into that, okay? That's what you guys really want to do there at a very, very, very high level. So now we're changing gears. Real estate is a contact sport, as you know. I know that many sports out there are not contact, right? There's no contact whatsoever in every sport, but in real estate, it is a contact sport. Last week, we did a great exercise that I want to acknowledge most of you that did it, right? Because a lot of you started conversations. Some of you went over 100 conversations and set up multiple appointments with those starting of conversations. And it took us a whopping, I think, 35, 40 minutes of focused time. So what I want to encourage you is to keep that going. And in this market and in any market, don't be a secret agent. Right now is not the time to sit on the sidelines. Right now is not the time to be quiet. Right now is not the time to go and hide. Right now is the time to get more expressive, more vocal, get louder out there and get in dialogue and get in conversation with your customers because they need you more than ever. There is uncertainty in the world. You could be a voice of reason, a voice of stability if you reach out to these individuals and take your agenda out of the mix, okay? I want you guys just to get in conversation with people and just focus on serving. If you focus on serving with every single person you're going to talk to, you're going to win eventually. Maybe you're not going to win in this moment, but you're going to win eventually. And to build a business, you have to have a long-term mindset. If you don't have a mindset right now that you're going to be in this business for the next 5 years and that you are going to do whatever it takes right now to succeed, I'm telling you, you're probably going to quit this business if you don't have at least a 5-year goal. So make sure that you put your goals out there so far that it keeps you in the game and these little problems that are coming up don't take you out the game. So conversations turn into transactions, right? That's the first piece of the puzzle. Conversations turn into transactions. Those who plant seeds will reap a harvest. That is a fact. Those who plant seeds will reap a harvest. I think a lot of people want to reap a harvest and they haven't planted seeds. They hope that they're going to get business. They think that they're going to get business. They pray that they're going to get business, but they're not taking any action. And the only thing that's going to get you to your goal is going to be massive action. I'm preaching to the choir because I'm talking to the action takers because you obviously are here right now. And this is a very simple model. I don't know if on your screen you guys can see this, but on my screen, it kind of went dark a little bit, but I hope that you guys can see it. But this is the 1-5-20. So the 1-5-20 basically means that you do not end your day without at least setting up one new appointment. And you do that 5 times a week, and you do that 20 times in 1 month. So if you run the 1-5-20 model, that means that you're going to have 20 appointments a month. And obviously, if you want to double your results, which I encourage you, but I want to get you guys started because, look, guys, I want to be honest with you guys. The most important thing every single day is for you to book new appointments for your business. Book new appointments for your business. If you're ending the day and you haven't booked a new appointment, you basically close the doors to your business. Once you get that done, please let me know if you guys are still with me. I just got feedback that you guys can still see me? Linda, can you see me? I see you on the screen. Okay, cool. I appreciate you. Thank you for that feedback. Awesome. So the 2-10-40, right? We went over the 1-5-20. Now we're going to go into the 2-10-40. The 2-10-40 is 2 appointments a day, 10 appointments a week, 40 appointments a month. So once you accomplish the 1-5-20, I want you to elevate to the 2-10-40, 2 appointments, because in this market, you guys are going to need to have more conversations. A lot of people that I talk to, they're like, well, the market is not as good. Obviously, you guys know that the response that the market is not good is a lie because we just saw all the numbers. So what happens is that you might be doing the same things you were doing before and you're expecting the same kind of results. And that's not going to happen, guys. You guys are going to need to take more action. You need to increase your conversations. And you guys need to keep track of this every single day. So action plan, call your sphere of influence. Every single person needs to hear from you. Call your past clients. Text everybody on your phone, right? We did this as a group on Monday last week. And a lot of you went out and, got 100 conversations started. I encourage you. You guys don't need me to be hovering over you to tell you that you need to do this. And you guys should spend some time doing this on your own, at least 1 hour. If you just did that, at least that every single day, I guarantee you your business will grow. Obviously, these are the types of things you guys got to do more of right now, more than ever. More open houses, right? I get conversation with people every single day. I had a gal that just signed a contract for almost $2 million from somebody that just walked into her open house. Like literally. Like the thing, guys, is that you guys just need to be in a place where you guys can receive a potential opportunity. Open houses are the easiest way for you to do it. Door knock. Also, leverage the open houses by door knocking the area. You could door knock the 5 doors to the left, the 5 doors to the right. You can door knock the 10 doors in the front. And then you could even invite them earlier to the open house and say, hey, you're a neighbor. I'm sure you want somebody amazing to move into the neighborhood. You have first look as the neighbor. Come on by. My open house starts at 12, but for the neighbors, it actually starts at 11, right? So make it an interactive experience for them. Social media, I don't need to tell you guys about that. We talk about this all the time. Social media, run ads, and then also register for Revenos. Revenos is that exclusive program where we have eight, not one, but 8 different platforms that you can get certified for that can get you more leads. Develop a multi-channel prospecting strategy. Don't be a one-trick pony, guys. Don't be a one-trick pony. Do not just rely on one lead generation type of scenario. You gotta invest in multiple strategies. So it's going to include phone calls. It's going to include text messages. It's going to include social media and in-person networking opportunities as well. And when you guys are putting emails together or text messages together, you got to remember this. If you're not going to click on it, and you got to be the beta test, would it stop you? And would you click on what you just posted? It has to be a compelling message. Create an attention-grabbing subject lines, right? If you're going to send out an email, create a compelling, attention-grabbing subject and opening statements and value proposition. So you got to address specifically what the consumer's talking about. So when you're thinking about marketing, you got to address that little voice in their head, not the voice in your head, but the voice in their head. And the way that you guys can get the compelling crafted messages, obviously, more easier than ever, you guys all have ChatGPT. So please lean into that. The other thing, if you don't have a scheduled prospecting time block on your calendar that I could see it every day, that you could see it every day, that's where your problem is. You see, a lot of people are going to be like, well, I know I need a prospect, but does it exist on your calendar? Does it really exist on your calendar? Because if it doesn't exist on your calendar, you're never going to do it. You're always going to find another reason. You're going to find another excuse. You're going to find some other thing to do. So please, if the minimum thing you could do in this training today, please block out some time to prospect on your calendar. There, you're going to see a massive increase in productivity because you actually have it documented on your calendar. And then get a buddy, right? Create some accountability around that structure, because if you're the only person that has that on your calendar and you tell nobody, then you're gonna leave or get yourself off the hook very easily. So make sure that you tune into at least one other person that can hold you accountable, and also implement a follow-up strategy. And again, this is going to be a mixture. It's going to be phone calls, it's going to be text messages. Make sure obviously that you're connected with the consumer via Instagram, via Facebook. That way they can continuously see you, because your social media is like your living CRM in a way, right? So every single person, if I was you, if I would meet them at an open house, if I met them at the restaurant, if I met them at a networking event, anything that I would do, I would make sure that I grab their handles and I connect with them on Instagram and Facebook or LinkedIn, whatever platform they have. That way they can keep seeing your stuff continuously over time. And then obviously use your CRM, use things that are going to automate your responses, but make sure that you add them to your social media. Okay, cool. I'm going to pause really quick. I got more stuff to go. I know I'm going very fast. Any questions so far or any ahas, drop it into the chat, please. Cool. I had a cold shower and a coffee. So yes, I have a lot of energy today. So I want to acknowledge that. I thank you guys for being here. I'm super, super excited. So drop any insights or anything you guys have as questions, anything that I should go over again, or can I continue to move forward? I would love to hear some feedback. Leamighty, go ahead.
Hi, guys. So I just want to say I implemented part of your coaching. Last week, I stepped outside my comfort zone and I filmed a video for a new listing with a horse. And that video already has almost 31,000 views. It's been like around 72 hours. And I got 3 potential clients out of it. And then also somebody that I know that said, hey, I have a property coming up that I'm building for 2.7. Can you list it? So that was huge.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Leamighty. And congratulations on taking action. And yes, you guys all probably saw that video. It has over 30,000 views on it. And that's the thing, guys. And she did something amazing, right? Like, she not only created the video, right? The video is just one part of it, but she also focused on a micro niche community, which is, individuals that like horses. So you got to understand who are the people that are buying your property, and how can you leverage another business in your area that has a following, that has a network that would be interested in buying that property. So
Leo, I will say this. So part of the strategic part of that was that I collaborated with the ranch, that they get a lot of views on their videos strictly about horses, and all of their following is people that own ranches or are into horses. So those 3 buyers actually came from their community.
there you go. Thank you so much for sharing that. I just wanted to make sure that you brought that up, because that was such a big key, right? 3 people, 3 buyers, right? Like, you're catering directly to the consumer. So thank you so much for that. And thank you guys for the feedback. Thank you for dropping it into the chat. Definitely makes a difference. Now I'm going to be moving on. You want to continuously, right? I'm preaching to the choir, guys, but you got to continuously, just like you guys are doing now, continuously improve your skills. Okay. I know that Gabe Mendez, which is part of our community, which many of you already know, he does something that's called Toastmasters every single week. How do you think that he stays ready to present all the time? How do you think he stays ready to present in a public setting, or in a listing presentation, a buyer presentation? Please, more than ever, improve your speaking skills. So sign up for something like Toastmasters. It's about, I think it's like $60 for like the whole year's membership. And there's Toastmasters everywhere. So make sure that
Leo, I
Yeah.
need to interrupt because our Redlands office is host to the Redlands Toastmasters. So the Redlands
Redlands-
Community The Redlands Community Toastmasters meets at our place.
I love it. I love it.
Every Thursday at 5:45 to 7, guys, if you want to come to Redlands,
That's what I'm talking
California.
about.
This is where make your place a place where Toastmasters can meet. They're looking for space. Our home is their headquarters.
I love it. You're awesome, Hilda. Thank you so much. Can you please drop in the address and the time and all that good stuff into the chat? I really appreciate you mentioning that. Thank you so much.
Sorry to interrupt, but I thought it was appropriate.
It's totally cool. Yeah, I was literally talking about the subject. So I thank you for interrupting me and sharing that because I think it's so powerful. That's where, I mean, a lot of people like have asked me like what I did to improve my speaking skills. I did Toastmasters and I did that and I was refining my skills. So thank you, Hilda, for sharing that. And she will drop that in there. So again, she has the Toastmasters happening on Thursdays in the Redlands location. So if you're near there and you want to improve your speaking skills, make sure you do that. I think Mr. Gabe Mendez also has, I think his class is on Saturday online. So again, if you're not in the area or you want to get involved, guys, Toastmasters.com, you could find a local, I would say like center in your area where you can participate. So get out of your comfort zone because think about what would happen to your business if you didn't have that resistance. If you can get on a camera, you know, just with the, like from one moment to the other and record something, or you can get on the stage, you could present on a listing, you can present on a buyer. You need to improve those skills. So can you discuss the lead service? Miss Kathy, which are you referring to, the Revenos one? I just want to be clear. Okay, cool. So the Revenos here, I'm going to share this with you guys really quick. Let me go ahead and share the screen. I'm going to stop sharing the normal slide. I'm going to go to the Revenos program because I think that this is one of the greatest tools that we have. And I think a lot of you are not taking action on this. So we have something that's called relocation. We have something that's called affinity. Bundle select. Bundle select. It is my favorite. Also, why is bundle select my favorite? Because you can go directly to a company that has at least 5 employees, and that company, now you can create a custom website for the company. Let's just say you're looking at Geico Insurance, for example. You become the Geico Insurance real estate agent, real estate professional, and what our company will do is create a custom website. That way, when somebody within their company decides to buy or sell, they will get a rebate, right? So they're going to take part of your commission. I think it's about 25% of your commission, and they will rebate that to the customer to offset their closing costs or to offset their selling costs, right? So bundle select, we have one of the biggest success stories, a guy that did signed on a company called Progressive. That's why I use Geico Insurance. But he's out, I think, in Michigan. So he got all the referrals in Michigan. But Progressive, being a national company, now is doing transactions in other states. So when an agent gets it in another state, that person that introduced and signed up that company gets a 5% override. So bundle select. I'm going to drop this into the chat so you guys can sign up for it because all the information on how to sign up for these platforms are here. Make it rain. Institutional investment services. This is another one that I'm very excited about. We have hedge funds that have signed on with our company. And what they do is that once you get certified, they will send you out and say, hey, by the way, Leo, I have a property in Riverside. I would like for you to get an evaluation. So I would go to the house. I would do a little CMA. I would evaluate the property. I'll send this back to the hedge fund. And the hedge fund will determine, hey, do I like the price? If I like the price and I want to sell it, right? If they decide to sell it, you will get the first opportunity to list that house. So this is a really cool one. This is one of the newer ones. Express offers. This one is going to be more for whenever you have a customer that maybe has a house that with a ton of repairs and they have to sell it cash. This is going to be a great platform for you to do that. And again, there's a certification for that. REO, we don't have as many REOs just yet. But again, get certified for it because when we get it, if you're the one that's certified and you're in the area, you're going to have an opportunity to getting that asset as well. EXP honors military award. So for those of you that want to work and serve the military customers, not only will you receive referrals from the platform, but you can also then advocate directly and utilize this platform to attract potential individuals that are in the military that you could serve at a really high level. So Tammy, thank you so much for sharing. You're certified for the bundle select and the relocation. Great programs. Thank you so much for that feedback. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to go back to the slide because we have about 10 more minutes. I want to make sure that I cover the rest of the content that I have for you guys today. And boom, where's my screen? Wait, I'm lost now. Here we go. All right, cool. Awesome. So one of the last points I will say, guys, stay resilient. Stay resilient. I want you guys to accept the fact that this business is difficult. There's going to be difficulties. And I'm not saying that you want to just like declare that and stay there, but I want you to declare that and take action, because when you see difficulties come in the way, you're going to say, oh yeah, I understand that difficulty was going to be part of the process. If you resist the difficult, if you resist it and you want to avoid it as much as possible, then you're basically avoiding your own success. You're basically avoiding your own dreams. So stay resilient. Rejection is going to be part of the process. So your goal every single day is to find those that must buy and must sell. I want you to have great discernment with the individuals that you're spending a lot of time with, right? You might be talking to somebody over and over and over, and you know that they don't have to buy and that they don't have to sell. You got to move them to the side graciously, allow your technology to cater to them. And I want you to discern and find that individual or individuals that are interested in making a move now. That's what you need to do every single day, because the opportunities are there. You just need to talk to more people. So stay in the game, don't give up, and do not surrender. Okay. I'm going to go over the weekly trainings. Obviously, we just participated in one, but the other thing before I get to the trainings, there is this event. It's called Horizons 2024. It's happening in Newport Beach today and tomorrow. Today is going to be an open reception dinner. And then tomorrow, there's actually going to be a full day's event. And our CEO, Leo Pareja, is going to be there. So if you are somebody that's within the area here in Newport Beach and you want to go to this event, actually, you have to pay for a ticket to go to this event, but I actually have a promo code. So if you're interested in going, please save that there. That is the promo code. And this is the event here. I'm going to drop the event link for you guys, but make sure you guys go. You guys can meet the CEO. There's going to be amazing content. I would love to see you guys there. I am going to be there myself. That is a promo code that I'm offering to you guys. So make sure you guys save that. This is going to be a phenomenal event. You do not want to miss. If you have the time, make the time and get out there. Okay, cool. So, boom. And Hilda just said that she has a ticket. And if anybody wants to ride share, there we go. Thank you, Hilda, for dropping that in there. Appreciate you. The other thing, guys, we are 10 days away. 10 days away from Build LA. I'm going to be speaking there. Gabe Mendez is going to be speaking there. Mr. Steven Diaz is going to be performing. A lot of phenomenal people are going to be participating and attending. This event is going to be phenomenal. The tickets, I think, are at $197 right now. They used to be $99. There was an early bird price, and I think there's over 350 people already registered for this event. We're 10 days away. It's going to be at the Disneyland Resort. And it's also going to have dinner included. So with what you're going to pay for the ticket, not only is it going to include a full days of content and networking, but you're also going to have dinner and a mixture included from 6 to 10 p.m. So we're 10 days away. If you haven't registered for this event, guys, register now. Those tickets are going to be gone. The other thing, right around the corner, another event. We have a summer bash. We're going to be partying in Costa Mesa, August 1st. So it's going to be an all-white party hosted by Mr. Carlos Velasquez with the mortgage lenders, and also Ms. Shayla with Golden Coast Escrow, and ourselves here at Let's Grow Movement. So if we could drop that in the chat as well, Miss Terry, for the summer bash. I hope to see all you guys there dressed in white. August 1st. It's going to be so awesome. If you guys remember, our holiday party that we did back in December was phenomenal. We did it at the same location at Time Nightclub. It was awesome. So I want to party with you guys. I want to celebrate with you guys, and also set an intention here for the rest of the year. Let me see if Mr. Carlos is on this call. Mr. Carlos Velasquez, anything to share about the event, or anything to share about, you know, any other updates that you might have for us?
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Yes, just to make sure, thank you for dropping that, Leo. Make sure that you do register. Please invite any potential partners, anybody that you would like to invite. Make sure that they also register because it does get complicated at the door if they're not on the list. Just make sure that they register for the event. Also, like Leo was saying, great presentation, Leo. Today, I wanted to mention that yes, rates, I believe they're already starting to come down a little bit. So start preparing yourselves, for those potential clients that are going to want to sell and buy something else, get them pre-approved because those contingencies are, can hurt us sometimes. So make sure that everybody does get pre-approved, not only with a pre-approval, but make sure that they have an actual approval, underwritten approval. So that way, when your sellers do sell and they want to go purchase another property, they're ready to go. But basically, that's it. Thank you so much, Leo. Yes,
Yep.
We are also thinking about having another event sometime in mid-August.
Yep.
We'll let you know about that as well. But thank you. And hopefully we all see you at the event tomorrow, today and tomorrow. Or I'm sorry, was it tomorrow and Wednesday?
Today and
Leo?
tomorrow, yeah. Today and
Oh,
tomorrow, and then on the 1st. Yeah, we have a lot of events.
And then the build, that one's going to be a phenomenal event. Several individuals from my team are going to be present there. So, and if you do have any questions, please reach out. We're here to help. So any complicated deals, any transactions that you need help with, down payment assistance programs, we have it all. So please reach out. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate you sharing, and thank you for that. Guys, I think there was somebody that said that the event is closed on the registration link. So, oh shoot, I don't even know what that happened. But what I will do, put it in the WhatsApp, please. Put it in the WhatsApp, and if you want to go to this Horizon event, send me a message. I'm going to contact the event organizer and see if I can get you guys some tickets. So I thought that link was still active. That's what I was told. But if you guys do want to go, please send me a message or send Terry a message, and we'll get you guys on the list as well. So also, last thing before we wrap up, we have about 3 more minutes. Remember, many of you have already gone, obviously, through onboarding because you guys are here. You guys all get, emails and text messages, and you guys are part of our private, WhatsApp and private Facebook groups. But if you're not, if for any reason you are not part of these private groups where we host the recordings and you want to join that community, please reach out to Miss Terry. That's her cell phone number and her email there on the screen. And then she can get you integrated to everything else. Guys, also, like last thing I will say, whenever you guys have a question, when you guys are going through something and you guys just need to talk about anything, please reach out. Don't hesitate. Reach out to myself. Reach out to Terry. Reach out to Jill, right? She's also part of our team. She's going to be hosting another awesome event here on Thursday. But please, please, please make sure that you guys reach out when you guys need absolutely anything. Don't suffer in silence. And the last thing is thank you. Thank you so much for listening to me today. And I really appreciate each and every single one of you. We have about 2 more minutes. So anything else maybe anybody wants to share before we wrap up? If not, we will be concluding this meeting here at 11 o'clock. So thank you guys. Hello, hello. Very cool, very cool.
Let's close it out with a few more affirmations, Leo.
Go ahead, lead us off, bro.
You're the expert. You're the expert, bro.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's grow.
Yes,
just super excited.
Guys.
Super excited to be a part of the team. Super excited about the collaboration. Super excited about everything that's going on. Super excited about this market. Super excited about so many things that are going on.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. All right, guys. God bless each and every single one of you. It is right at 11, and I do have another meeting. Let's grow. See you guys later. Bye.